Welcome back to our channel and another week of our Iveco daily van build. If you caught us at the tail end of week 6, you'll have seen that we started to give Libertas a makeover, but it wasn't exactly going according to plan. Join us here on Sunday the 28th of August, where we round off week 6 and start going into week 7. Just how is that facelift going now? Let's find out. Mark is sanding down, hopefully for the last time, so that we can put the final coat on. If we can get it flat enough. Look, I'm going to give you a close-up so that you can see all the imperfections so far. So yeah, we need to try and sand this down. Although this has worked much better than, I'm going to show you around the front. This is the roller. I'm not sure how much you can see because I can't see because of the lighting. There we go. Can you see how, I mean, I'm giving you a real close-up, but it's got like an orange peel effect. So that's with the roller. That's with the foam roller as well. And even up here, you can still see the same. So that's what we were trying to get rid of. So this bit in particular is going to have to be sanded down so much to try to get rid of that. And then I've already gone over with Soraya and picked up some more of these. So these are the 5-piece pad sets that I picked up yesterday, and I just really picked them up on a whim as to try it. And they're what I use for here, which has given a much better effect. So we're sanding it all back. This has got to be sanded back a little bit more because I can still feel that it's a bit bumpy. So there's quite a lot of sanding that we're going to have to do. Then we'll try with this. The second coat that I did, it ended up being a 7-to-1 ratio. So if you're doing this, and you're using the Rust-Oleum paint, I'd actually probably recommend that for the second and subsequent coats, you just put in basically 1 cup of turps. We used 0.25 litres of turps. I would just put that in a tin rather than doing what we did, because it works out to be roughly about the same, but you would have a lot less mess. And the other stuff is really too thin, so you want it to be thin enough that it helps to take out any of the brush strokes, but thick enough that you're getting a pretty good coat. And that seems to be what we have found. So just to reiterate what we were going through yesterday, we used usual rollers, and they created too many bubbles. The foam rollers also created too many bubbles. And so we've now got this 5-piece pad set. The flat part seems to work much better. A brush obviously still leaves some strokes, but when we first put the roller on, we went over with a brush to try and get all that orange peel effect off. So let's get cracking and see if we can rectify and bring down the current coats of paint to a really nice flat consistency, repaint and see what happens. But it's a long job, long, arduous. Fingers crossed it's going to be worth it. Okay, so Mark is just going to explain what his brother has shared with us, as he is a professional, not necessarily van painter, but he paints trains. So what?
Coach painter.
Sorry, coach. Let's get the terminology correctly. Train coaches. Steam coaches.
Steam train coaches, yeah.
That's
another bits and bobs. So basically what he said is that if you start off with like a 240 sandpaper, which is nice and rough, scratch the coat, take off the shine, make it so you're able to key the paint in, and then every coat you reduce the paper down. So 320, I think the next one after that is 320, I could be wrong.
We did 320. We did 240, 320.
And then what you can do, as he said, was if you get a paint scraper and use that on top of the 320 paper, that will take it down to like a 420.
Okay.
So basically it gets smoother and smoother to be able to get a nice finish come the end. Well, thank you for that, Benji. Much appreciated.
So I am going to use that principle and resand some of these bits here that Mark has already sanded in a slightly coarser grit.
240, because I didn't read the message that you sent through to me halfway through sanding the van.
But I did 320 on the last one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite funny. You did take a long time. I don't know. I've just had the information come through. It wasn't my fault. Anyway,
this
that's
is
all
what we're going to do.
420 this side. 320 has been done on the bonnet. 240 has been done on the top of the roof on the front. But after 2 days worth of painting and sanding a Mahusiv van, my arms are dead.
Yeah. Although to be fair, we might actually have to use the 320, or in fact even the 240 on the bonnet, because it's got such a huge amount of orange peel. Or we do the 320 but just keep doing it again and again and again and again until we get a smoother finish. So when we're talking about a smoother finish, like obviously you're going to have texture in the paint as you're painting, like these types of things. What you want to try and be able to get to do is be able to run your finger across without having any grooves, or at least as few as possible, so that when you're putting the paint back on the top, that's what's going to then give you a nice finish. You're not going to get a factory finish anyway, are we? We're not going to get we know we're not going to get a factory finish, and of course there are going to be certain parts of it that are textured because the van is dented and in different places. So that, not looking for perfection, but we definitely want to try and make this as good as possible, huh?
I like the fact that we've done like a bit of a Jurassic Park to it as well.
What do you mean?
Rather than using amber and tree sap to hold onto a mosquito, you've used paint. So
Has
many bugs.
Has attracted many bugs.
Suicidal bugs.
Yeah. Which is why it would be so much better if it was inside, but hey ho, we're working with what we've got.
I haven't got any birds on it, so that's alright. It's a plus.
No, we just got to make the most of what we've got, and we now need to get on. Health and safety at its best. To be fair, he's doing a very good job, because this is not easy and it's just very laborious. Bless him. Where we are continuing on with the van. Still more sanding, which just seems relentless. It doesn't seem to matter what we keep using, but it keeps leaving like brush marks, streaks, all of that type of stuff. So it's becoming a little bit of a problem. Mark bought some new blocks. Actually, these came from, where did they come from? Lidl's of all places, but these ones, voila, let me see. Here we go. So these ones have a 400 grit one side, which is a red, and a 1000 grit on the other side, which is pretty cool, and that will help us to get a really nice finish. Yeah, hopefully. But the painting that we did yesterday with those pads, I don't know if it was just yesterday, whether it was just me, but I couldn't get the same kind of finish on it as I had the day before, and it's been just so incredibly frustrating. We both know we're not going to have like a professional finish. I completely get that, but you still want it to look pretty decent. So let me see if I can give you see what we're meaning. Can you see all the brush strokes? Maybe not so much here, that's like fairly flat, but then you have things like this. I don't know how well we can see on the camera, but yeah, it's all textured and not great. And so there's the man standing down again. Both of us ache from head to toe as well, because it is quite hard work. From a distance, it doesn't look too bad. It's quite windy today as well, so we're a little bit concerned about painting it today and getting loads of bits in it from the wind. So yeah, from a distance, although this one still needs, that one's 2 coats, and the top of the roof has now had 1. You can see the masking tape is all coming off from the wind, but yeah, from a distance, doesn't look too bad. But our concern is, obviously we're living in it, it's our new tiny home on wheels, we want it to look good, even close up. So yeah, back to sanding it is, and then we can see how that goes. Let's do it. So we're giving one last ditch attempt at trying to find something that will give a good finish when painting the van. So Mark found another tutorial about how to use a roller effectively. At this moment, roller underarm, and is going to try, I think you're going to try it on this bottom section, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to try it on this bottom section to see if it works. We are both losing the will of trying to create a really good finish on this van at the moment. Let's try this one and see what happens. Okay, again, not sure how well you'll pick this up, but this is with the roller. We're going back over with the foam sponge because no matter what, it's just like orange peel. Now beginning to think it would have been better spray painting. Your thoughts?
My thoughts are, why did we start this? I really don't know. I think I'm enjoying sanding down more than I am painting. It's hard to try and find the right consistency, isn't it? And trying to use the right tools to be able to get the right finish.
What happened when you used the roller?
The roller gave an orange peel no matter what type of consistency I used of the paint, whether it be thin, thick, medium, slightly thicker than milk, as one of the places that we looked said. It's still giving an orange peel effect. So, and also the foam roller decided this isn't great while painting. That doesn't help, so it's left bits all in it. So back to square one. I think you're just going to have to get to a point where we're happy with the finish, or maybe just drive around with a slightly buffed up finish with 1,000 grit paper to try and equal it all out. It's quite difficult, really. From a distance, it looks alright.
Just, I don't really know what to say. It's like you'll have to come in closer so we can like both be in. And I tell you something, even trying to hold the camera is really hurting my arms.
Yeah. My thumb's gone numb. Yeah, it's difficult.
Spray paint next time?
I think it's either a wrap by a professional or a spray paint, yep.
So I think maybe we're just going to have to get to the point where we go, right, does it look better than how it looked before?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then be happy with that, knowing that it's not going to be a really great finish.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the best way of going about it.
Maybe. I've got a nice finish on my knee though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I mean, from a distance, like I say, it looks alright. It doesn't look too bad. And especially if there was a nice sea mist breaking in, it would look even better. No, I think we're just looking at perfection. And I think we're not going to get to perfection because we're not professionals. And we're not in the right conditions to be professionals either. So I think what we've got is a lot better than what it was originally.
Yeah, and it will be more protected, which, you know, will reduce down rust, that type of thing.
It'll look better as well once we've got the black trim back on again.
Yeah.
That will define it quite well. So yeah. No, I think we just need to get to a point.
So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to finish painting, and it is what it is.
Amen.
Yes, that's exactly what we're going to do.
Maybe when you walk close to the van, just take your glasses off.
Yeah, maybe that's what I should do. Join us then when we show you the finished, non-perfect. It is what it is. This is how it is when you do it yourself thing. Yeah? Cool. See you then. Come on then, Kiddly-winkos. This one? No, it's fine, I'll carry it. Just in case he needs to go on the lead at any point. So we are at Brownstone, coming for a walk with the Kiddly-winks and cycle, as Soraya's got to learn how to cycle without stabilisers, and the other girls want to be off as well, and hopefully bring Roo on a long walk and just see how he does. It's so pretty here. You alright, Soraya? Ooh. There goes Alina. Hang on, Roo. Keep him. Good boy. Now you know what I mean about Roo's whining. The day mark 25 metres high and was built in 1864 as a navigational aid. It's owned and managed by the Dart Harbour Commissioners, and all the Kiddly-winks and the dog are off to see it. So let's go. Let's just shut the gate. There you go, that's how tall it is. It's such a stunning view from here as well, look. You can see the sea. The kids are doing laps on their bikes. Oh. I don't think you often get height reference, so I get Mark to stand next to it. And then that gives you
This big.
This big, yeah. That's how big it looked like just now when we were back all the way over there. There you go. So tall. 25 metres, in fact. Windy! Welcome to us trying to work everything out. Hey. Oh god. And getting underneath the van. Okay. So, apart from the fact that I'm absolutely petrified of spiders, we are currently both underneath the van, Mark that side, me this side, to work out how much space we might have for things like grey water tank, fresh water tank, and whether we do put them underneath the vehicle, or, for example, when it comes to the fresh water, have it inside the vehicle. So, what's your thoughts, Mark? Great, that's helpful.
I don't know. I suppose you could potentially have the fresh water in the middle here.
You could, but then where's the grey water tank going to go? Because there's not so much room up this end as there is this end.
Yeah. I mean, grey water tank could potentially go above your head there, like that.
That would be a very small grey water tank, because there's this is in the way, and then these are in the way either side, so that's not a lot of space.
I know. How about you tell me? I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, we're gonna have to do some measuring, aren't we?
Well, there's no point in putting it in the middle, because the middle is not going to be accessible. Especially you only put the fresh water tank in the middle, because then the water would feed it. You don't need to do anything with the fresh water tank apart from top it up.
Can you see that? There's a spider. What did I
spider.
say? That is like.
There you go.
This is.
You're not even under the vehicle.
Right, hang on. I
You're
have to
just
show
lying
you.
on the floor outside.
Not quite. Look, I have to try and show.
You've only got to the second fold on the cardboard box.
Okay, so this is how much I'm underneath the vehicle. This is the way Mark does this stuff. There was me thinking that I'd probably do the fuel strap while you're away. We've had to order new ones because the ones that we've got don't fit, even though Mark did the specifications to them. So, yeah, and he's going to be away for a few weeks, so I thought, oh, well, maybe I'll do them, but I'm not even properly underneath the van, and I probably don't think so. Cool, let's go and get a measuring tape and see what we can come up with. I also added completed all of the wiring for the mains hookup, but I will share that in a completely separate video where I'll take you through everything from start to finish, including the installation and the wiring to the consumer unit. So join us next week in week 8, where we do a little bit more on the measuring. We're also getting the cladding for the walls, which gets really exciting, and also join us and find out whether we found a solution for those water tanks, or whether that was due to come at a later date. Thanks very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, that way you'll get notified of any of our future videos, and we look forward to catching up with you next time. Take care.